It's really an incredible honor for me to be able to have an interview with you, to have you as part of the advisory board of the new adventure of ITS Arcademy. So first of all, thank you very much for the love, the real love that you express every day in what you do.
Thank you.
It's an inspiration for me, first of all, but for all of us of our tribe, the ITS tribe. Can you tell us a little bit about how your career started, how the passion started in your life?
Okay. I've had a very checkered career. I dropped out of school when I was 15 and went off to live in a feminist commune in San Francisco. And then eventually I found my way back to college, and after that to graduate school. So I got my Ph.D. At Yale University in European cultural history. And the first term that I was there, my classmate gave a talk about 2 journal articles she'd read about the meaning of the Victorian corset. Was it, oppressive to women, or was it liberating? And it was just like a light bulb went on, and I realized fashion's part of culture. I can do fashion history. So from that minute on, that's what I studied. And I wrote my doctoral dissertation on the erotic aspects of Victorian fashion, and I kept writing books on fashion history. I started my journal, Fashion Theory, the Journal of Dress, Body, and Culture, which was the first peer-reviewed scholarly journal in fashion studies. Then eventually after teaching fashion history for quite a few years, I was appointed at the museum at FIT, where I became chief curator and then ultimately also director. So building a fashion museum, hiring a team of really brilliant fashion professionals, organizing exhibitions and public programs. So that's what I've been doing now for quite a few years. ITS is important to me because it's one of the arenas where young fashion designers can get a chance to show their work to a larger audience and see if they can, make that next step in the world of fashion design. So I'm very pleased to be part of the ITS family because of that.
I have a book of you with the red cover, and it is very important book for the fashion history. It's a starting point for me when I do research, when I have to check something.
A to Z. I put that book together because I wanted to share some highlights of the museum collection at the museum at FIT. We have more than 50,000 garments and accessories from the late 17th century to the present. And so that book was a choice of about 500 of the most important pieces at that point in our time. So it includes basically all kinds of important designers from Azzedine Alaïa, Balenciaga, Chanel, Dior, all the way through the alphabet to Shuli Butt, Westwood, Yamamoto, and Zoran. So it was organized that way. But we also looked at how different museums of art and design and history started collecting fashion, partly as a source of inspiration for future fashion designers and students, and partly as a way of educating the public about how fashion history was a part of cultural history, that like paintings, fashions also could be moments of the past that were ripped out of the past and brought into the present, where they could inspire and delight future generations. So I wanted to explain why I thought fashion museums were important, and generally fashion collections, which is one of the cool things again about ITS, because from the beginning, you've been saving and collecting the work that students have submitted to the ITS competitions. And in this way, future generations of young designers and fashion students could be inspired by them. So that was one of the reasons why we why we talked early on about how my collaboration would be not just in working with the competitions, but also in offering advice about how you would set up your collection and organize it as, you know, a kind of working library for designers who wanted to be inspired.
Exactly. So it's really, really important and inspiring for us to be close to you, because for us, it's just the beginning. The last questions. If you weren't Valerie Steele, who would you like to be?
You know, I am very happy working at my edge of the fashion world, where I'm just kind of looking at that. I'm also very interested in contemporary art. So I suppose if I weren't working in fashion, I would be working in some way, you know, as a gallerist or something in contemporary art. I do think that fashion is so much a part of our visual culture and so much a part of our social and cultural world that, like art, it really tells us a lot about who we are. And I'm always awed by the creativity and originality of some fashion designers, not all, of course. Sometimes it's all just a kind of business where you're producing more clothes, more stuff. But designers who have a creative idea of their own are very exciting to me, to follow their work and see what they're doing. In a small way, as an intellectual, I try and add to the body of knowledge about fashion. And I'm always awed by working with creatives in the field.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
for the way in which you let us understand on the things, you know? When I read the things that you write, for me, everything is always clear. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. I hope to see you soon.
Sì, me too, anche noi. Ciao dalla It's Family.
Ciao.
Ciao.